Hi, everybody. This is Ella Shelby from Para-Intelligence. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I haven't been around for a short time, so it's only because I've been super busy, and so has Anna. And Anna's here today to ask me some questions about Pope Francis, which is quite exciting and about his life. We're going to start from when he was a young boy right up to when he passed over. So, hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi, Ella. So we're very excited for you to be using your para-intelligence and communicating with Pope Francis. So he was born on December the 17th, 1936, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and served as the 266th Pope from March 13th to 2013 until he passed away, sadly, in April this year. He was the first Jesuit pope and the first from the Americas, known for his humility, concern for the poor, and commitment to interfaith dialogue, and had a significant impact on the Catholic Church. So, Ali, you're showing us a picture of his parents, who were immigrants, Mario, who was a railway accountant, and Regina, who is his housewife. Do you want to tell us about them?
He was actually quite close to his mother. They did get on very, very well. Even though she wanted different things for him, I feel there was a lot of laughter and a lot of joy within the household. His father was a quiet man and quite a happy man as well. And he was proud of all his children, no matter what they chose to do with their lives. But yes, he was very, very proud of Francis and what he achieved.
So Francis was the eldest of five siblings. What was he like as a brother to his family, to his siblings?
He actually reflected his parents, very loving, very caring, warm, and generous. He also had a psychic antenna. He always knew when one of his siblings was in trouble, and he could also detect when they were feeling sick as well. His mother felt he had a sixth sense.
So tell us what he was like as a young man, Ella.
He grew up and he enjoyed tango. He loved to dance. He liked football and he was just a normal young lad. He was quite down to earth, really friendly, and he had quite a few friends.
So so here he is, still young. Tell us about these early days then.
He was outgoing, friendly, very down to earth, always smiling. He was somewhat of an armchair philosopher. He was interested in crime, punishment, faith, sin, and social justice from a research point of view. So it was interested in absolutely everything. Yet he was very open to people's sexuality, their lifestyle, and what they chose for themselves.
How was his health and physicality as a young chap, Ella?
Yeah, he suffered a severe bout of pneumonia, leading to the removal of some of his lung, not all of it, but some of it.
And how did that affect him, do you think, mentally
Well,
or
yes,
physically?
it did. Yes, it did affect him mentally. He felt God saved him and forgave him for, whatever sins he may have done, which I don't feel he had any. This is when he became interested in religion on a great scale, and his research began. He trained in chemical as a chemical technician. He briefly worked as a nightclub bouncer before joining the religious duet, it's called, in 1958. And he saw himself as a little bit of a muscle man back in those days. It's actually quite funny to see him bouncing around. He used to try and protect everybody, but I can't see him hurting anybody whatsoever. Also, he was young. He was only in his 20s at this stage. He earned a master's degree in philosophy and theology. Yeah, and was ordained a priest in 1969.
This is a massive time of growth then in his life. Ella, tell us about this.
Being a down-to-earth, happy-go-lucky, friendly bloke. That's how he appeared to everybody. But he was also, on the other hand, a serious man with a thirst for knowledge. When I say serious, it was to do with his research and being the armchair philosopher, like I said to you. He wanted to know everything and about anything, if that makes sense. He handed himself to God and he became completely celibate.
No, this is him before his papal career. From 1973 to 1979, he served as the Jesuit provincial superior in Argentina and navigated the turbulent period of the country's military dictatorship. Accusations abound that he handed over two priests to the regime during the Dirty War, but this was dismissed in a lawsuit. So, Ella, can you tell us about this? Did he actually hand over the priests? What happened?
No, the lawsuit findings are 100% correct. They didn't just protect him because he was a religious man, they went strictly by the law. He would sacrifice his own life to be tortured before he would hand over any human being.
Wow. Wow. Though Ella, Pope John Paul II elevated him to cardinal in 2001. As Archbishop, he was known as the slum bishop for his work in Buenos Aires' poorest neighborhoods, often using public transport and living modestly. But how lovely that he was at one with his community and really understanding their struggles, Ella. How did he perform as the slum bishop, Ella?
He had a gift for healing. This is when people started to realize that he could actually heal people. He possessed healing hands and would lay his hands on the sick. Their condition would improve as long as the illness was not in advanced stages. Anything in advanced stages, he couldn't do anything about, which made him quite sad. He would help the poor gain access to basic food to build their health. People's health was very important to him. Whether it's documented whether he had healing hands or not, this is what I strongly feel that I get from the spiritual world about him.
So the papacy, 2013 to 25, was elected Pope after Benedict's resignation, and he chose the name Francis in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, reflecting his focus on poverty, peace, environmental care. His papacy was marked by a simpler, more pastoral approach, rejecting the lavish papal apartments for a modest suite in the Domus Sanctae Marthae. What was this period in his life like, Ella?
This was the happiest time of his life. He felt he could help his fellow human beings on a grand scale. I believe this was how he used his power to assist people around the world. His focus was on the poor to help in any way he could within his power. Climate change and how it affected all human beings around the world was very important to him. He had great compassion for the marginalized and criticized within all societies, again, around the world. He didn't like unchecked capitalism. This led him to believe that those with wealth must pay their taxes and engage in charitable work. It's not that he was against wealthy people, not at all. He felt that the world needed wealthy people to help generate money around the world. He just wanted people that had money to share. That's all he wanted by paying their taxes. He adopted a more welcoming stance towards the LGBTQ plus community. He approved blessings for same-sex couples and gay priests, which a lot of people got a shock about. But he felt that all human beings deserve to be understood and accepted for who they are. This is documented in his famous saying, "Who am I to judge?" As a mature man, he was happy with the choices he's made in his own life, giving his life to God and being celibate. This is how he felt as he got older. Francis undertook over 30 international trips to more than 45 countries. He visited Cuba and US in 2015, addressing Congress, aiding US-Cuba reconciliation. That was very important to him, and he felt that that was a great, great victory. He visited Iraq to meet with the important people there. His criticism of conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza and elsewhere highlighted his comments to peak his commitment to peace and advocacy.
What are his views on these wars, Ella?
No matter what he said during this period, his main view was for world peace and for all to be happy. A lot of people criticized him for what he said, but that was his ultimate goal. He didn't want to upset anybody on the political scale at all.
So take us through his final years and his health there. So looking at his health and final years, despite his chronic lung issues from his youth, he remained active until his latter years. Knee problems, sciatica had led to frequent use of a wheelchair. So did he have any other issues?
He did have a lot of bone issues. I can feel that he did have chronic arthritis as well. I don't understand why that wasn't reported because that's what he's telling me is that I can feel a lot of inflammation and he's saying it's arthritis. But he enjoyed exercising and eating well. In February 2025, he was hospitalized for bronchitis, which developed into pneumonia. He died on April the 21st, 2025, at the ripe age of 88 from a stroke and heart failure, the day after delivering a frail Easter address calling for peace and support for migrants.
Bless him. What started his health downturn, Ella?
I feel it stems back, and this is what he's telling me, to losing some of his lung in his youth, even though it didn't cause any problems when he was younger. Around this time, I feel that's why he had pneumonia and it actually got a lot worse from that. The Easter message was vitally important to him. After delivering this message in his heart and soul, he was ready to pass over delivering it. So delivering the Easter message was very important to him. He is very happy with the new Pope Leo, he's telling me, and he is happy in heaven. He was buried on the 26th of April, 2025. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching my video. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.